Motion to approve the Town of Fremont's Record Management Manual.
One second.
Roll call?
Kiefer,
Aye.
Blanford,
Aye.
Burns,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Murray.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstains.
So next up, with COVID, we've had a lot of people actually watching the YouTube videos. And we've had a few comments and requests that the videotaping is for the entire board, so people can see, you know, who's talking and stuff. So we were wondering if we could pass a resolution for that. Any taping must be the entire board.
The only problem is that the audio, I don't know if it's gonna pick up, you're gonna have to move it way back, and then I don't know if it's gonna pick up everybody's audio, unless, I know at one time you were talking about getting microphones.
Yeah, we do still need to look into that.
I mean, if you did that, we could obviously move it back to get everybody.
Yeah, because people.
Of course, I don't
they
know,
like
the
it.
way with the COVID thing here right now, I don't know, Craig, you'd have to have it way back there to,
Yeah.
you know.
But people do like to watch it.
Yeah.
They'd like to see everyone on it.
I wonder if when we do it, if we could, because when COVID is off, we're gonna have a lot more people in here to get over their heads. We might wonder if we could put it up on Betsy's.
Yeah.
Or up on.
Well, I mean, that
top
goes up
there.
quite a bit there, that extends
Yeah,
quite a
but
bit.
if
But yeah, we could do,
What if you put it on the table by Irv?
yeah, we could do anything, yeah.
Yeah.
I just know right now it's not gonna cover everybody, because it's too wide, you'd have to move the tables in and all that. And so you could probably get microphones,
On top of that file,
Yeah.
the wooden one.
and we should get microphones. I've heard people, you know, complain before that they can't hear what different people are saying, especially when you get a big crowd in here with 30 or 40 people, and
Yeah.
people are always talking in the back over everybody, so, yeah.
We talked about it for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's time that we updated it.
Yep.
But it's nice that you videotape it and put it on there, because
Yeah.
people like
Yeah.
it. But it'd be nice to see everybody.
Right.
So.
Well, again, we could move these in, and while we currently have the COVID, we can move them in this way a little bit, which might make it a little easier to catch everybody, but.
Should we be, saying we can put that on,
Not one of those things.
instead of one person?
Really, the town should be doing it
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Do you need a motion, Sue, for the
Yeah.
microphones?
Yeah,
I'll make a motion authorizing the town clerk to look into
I'll
purchasing
second
microphones for
that.
the town board.
Roll call?
Blanford,
Aye.
Burns,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Kiefer,
Aye.
Murray.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
I'm assuming one for everybody.
And can we do a resolution to videotape
Sure.
everyone?
Yeah,
Or share.
we have.
So moved.
You'll
Do the
second it?
taping of everyone.
Okay. Roll call?
Murray,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Burns, Kiefer.
Aye.
Blanford.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstains.
Seconded it.
Dean did.
You did it?
So that would be for anyone that comes in. Next up is the highway discussion on chips.
After the oil storm and the truck payment, there's about 58,000 left.
How much? 58.
58,000. So with COVID going on and the state's budgets, I think we need to use up that
We
money
do
or
need to use it up,
we're gonna lose it.
or as close as possible, yes. Now the town barn road, the barn down through the woods to 21, needs a coat on top of it. It's starting to fall apart in one spot. That's, quote for that was about $20,000.
And that's blacktop?
Blacktop, yes.
Is that something you can do this year?
I'd have to check with,
Okay.
see if they got time, but I would imagine they do. We could do it this year.
Okay.
We talked last month, Jeff, we talked about the New York pave and the winter recovery. You said one of them you used, one of them you haven't. Do you know how much?
That will be used up in the oil and stone when I send it.
Okay.
Has to be paid, the oil has to be paid, check has to come back.
Okay.
Get a blank check, then take the paperwork down. And that other half will be used up. And then the rest of the chip, some of the chips.
Are you just going over the town barn road with just top, or is that gotta be milled,
Just
or what's
once,
the?
no, just, it's basically from the shop down.
Uh-huh,
If we go up above, we will have to have that milled. Because back whenever we did it the last time, there was a complaint, we're starting to get too high.
okay.
So, but from the shop down, it doesn't matter how high it is. There's one spot that needs some T&L, and then 1.5 inches of blacktop over top.
Okay.
221 in the intersections,
And that 20,000 covers the TNL and the top?
yes.
Okay.
What are some other
Um,
options?
Mowing tractor is about 45, now that's not trading the other one, and that's just a brand new one pulling in there. It's about 45, that's not it, I didn't even go with a trade-in, so that'd be less. I imagine at least 15 for the old one. I'm just guessing on that now, but from what I've seen. Intersections, the state and the county use a lot more salt now. The water runs off onto our dirt roads, and when we turn in the winter out with the plows, it's wet, and our plows grab sometimes. See, when we haven't had a real cold, frozen winter. We could do intersections right between $2,000 and $3,000 to go back 25 feet off the county or the state road. So we could do a few of them. Eisman Road up by Phil Jones's. It's concrete. It's an old state road. It's 10 to 12 inches thick. We did have one spot there, we did jackhammer it out, the state had a jackhammer, and it was a lot of work. We could go over that with a couple inches of blacktop just to smooth it out. It's rougher than rock. Smooth that out. I did not get a figure on that, but that's something else we could do.
I mean, I would think that would probably, if you're talking 20,000 for town barn, I would almost think Phil Jones is gonna gobble up the rest of that.
That's maybe a little bit narrower, but yeah, it's gonna be around the same.
I mean, me personally, I'd rather see the town barn road, because that's, with all the equipment on there, it's just gonna
Right.
keep deteriorating. And the same with Phil Jones's, you know, and that's just my opinion. I'd rather see those two, you know, with the blacktop on there, because they aren't gonna get any better.
What about prepping new roads for oil and stone?
That's just when we get to them, we'll gravel some roads and
Could we use
and
some
we'll
money?
wait till spring and see how they make out. I mean, if they're pumping in the spring, there's no sense putting oil and stone on it. That will not cure it.
Okay.
Just something else will have to be done to fix the problem, and we'll go from there.
And you're thinking it's still too late to do oil and stone this year?
If you can get stones, it's the biggest problem. It's been real hard to get stone this year for a lot of towns. I know I did wrong by going and getting them early, but I'm glad I caught hell for it, because they're tough. The 1As, blacktop and concrete plants, taking them off.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there's anything left, I mean, say, my thought would be the town barn road, the Phil Jones road, and then, anything left, possibly prepping Lonsberry Road. Like I said, that was on the schedule back 3 or 4 years ago. That was supposed to be oil and stone, it never did.
That's just gravel, we got the gravel already paid for, so it's just our time to put it down.
Right.
Or Mattoon Road?
Mattoon Road or any road. Just, we got the gravel paid for, so it's just time to make time to put it down. We get there.
Again, Mattoon's just a small area. I mean, what, $3,000-4,000, and you'd have that, and there's 3 residents right there. And
For oil and stone?
Yeah.
Someplace along there, yeah, well, yeah, unless things go crazy.
I mean, I'm just trying to get the most bang for your buck compared to like Hubner, where you did that with just 1 resident, where, you know, here we can catch three residents for the same distance pretty much.
Yeah, and like Burt's Road, there's 4 residents up there, or 5. actually.
But I also know there's soft spots on that road. So we gotta take care of that before you oil might as well dump the oil down in the reservoir.
Yeah. What about Briggs Road?
Which one?
Briggs Road?
We could try.
Cause there's a
and
lot of
put
traffic
some-
up
there's-
there.
I think that held up pretty decent this year. Yeah,
That gets a lot of traffic up to Grandview, cause you go up off the pavement and then you hit that.
that gets a lot of truck traffic,
Yeah.
tractor traffic, yes, but. Yeah, we can put that down on the list, go right from the oil stone that's in front of Jackson's place, or whatever her name is, and go right to Brownsville line.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
kinda
there's-
clean that area.
There's plenty of places to put it net for next year.
Do you have to prep it this year with the stone?
I believe there's
Gravel?
enough, we gravelled that last year, we
Okay.
looked on it, so, like I said, we'll just watch it in the spring, and if it holds up, fine. So if it's a soft spot, then there really is no sense putting it on.
Yeah.
You done grading yet?
No. No. Not.
Well, again, the town barn road isn't gonna get any better with the traffic, and once you start getting cracks in that blacktop and start getting water in there, it's just gonna cause more problems, so.
So do you wanna do Town Barn Road, Eisman Road, and then do a couple intersections?
I mean, I haven't actually been on Jones's Road, how bad is it with the concrete? I mean, with Phil
It's
Jones,
hard plowing.
hitting it with the plow and everything.
It's hard plowing, yes.
That would last for quite a few years.
Oh,
With the low traffic, it would
yeah,
be
I
nice.
mean, we get 2 cars a day or something like that, but I think it'd be a lot cheaper to put the blacktop down and try to take out that concrete that's there.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, leave that stuff there.
But for you guys plowing, it'd be a lot easier.
Well, I'm
Less
concerned if
rough
that
on the-
concrete sticking up and you hit that with a blade.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not fun.
I mean, I'd say Town Barn Road, Phil Jones, anything left, try an oil and stone, Mattoon.
Well, we ended up do oil and stone this year.
You're not, no. Well, yeah, I guess you gotta get a price on Phil Jones. If town barn's 20,000, I'm gonna guess Phil Jones is gonna be all of that.
Yeah, some of those dirt intersections would be good.
Dirt, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
They
say,
pop out and then they pop all out the county road.
bring it back.
county don't mind it,
Right.
I guess.
Well, up
They
there
don't mind
at
it.
the end of Rose Road and County Route 55, it's bad there. On the County Route 55, all the potholes.
55,
Where
54.
Rose hits.
54.
54, I'm sorry.
okay.
Where Rose and 54 hit.
Yes.
It's more of a county problem.
That'd be a nice one.
But I think it might help that
Uh,
county road.
Lower Evans, where it comes out on the 21, it isn't our fault, there was an old apron on there before, where the state did it, I don't know how long ago. But when they went through and put more blacktop on, now they got it, I don't know, 8 inches higher. You come off Evans Road and go up over to get on 21 now. And some of this is a county and state problem too, that they don't
Yeah.
do the intersections anymore, or don't do these aprons anymore.
We don't do any of the roads anymore.
It falling downhill, everything comes down to the town. But yes, spots like that, or, I said, mostly on the state roads, some of the dirt roads. That one has a spot on the right-hand side, the upper side of the road there, that when you come in, it'll grab the wing, if you don't watch yourself. And there's a lot of other dirt roads, but they said they're using more salt on them, so the water's running,
Yeah.
and water and dirt.
Do we need a resolution for this, or just let Jeff?
I'll make a
do this?
resolution. If you guys wanna go with the Town Barn, Phil Jones, and whatever's left, leave it up to Jeff for whatever intersections. Okay, I'll make a motion authorizing the highway superintendent to pave the Town Barn Road and Phil Jones Eisman Road and with the remaining money, do whatever intersections he can get done.
Dean seconded, roll call?
Just a second, I gotta write all that down.
Shorthand.
Yeah. Okay. Kiefer,
Aye.
Flansburgh,
Aye.
McBurn, Smith, and Murray.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstain.
But you do agree to use chips up as
Yeah. We don't know, you know, with Como cutting things, and we don't even know what we're getting next year, so. I've heard 20% across the board, I've heard all sorts of different things with chips.
Said they were gonna cut 20% this year.
Yeah.
But he can't, he's gotta give everybody at least a month notice, from what I understand, to cut. So if he plans on cutting the end of the month, beginning of the month, he's gotta give all the municipalities a notice. I don't think he dares this year.
It'll be next year.
And next year, private paved New York and everything else will be gone.
We gotta make sure we use that up first thing next year, just in case, because the winter recovery in the New York pave, if it's there, we gotta make sure we use that right away, so we can't take it, it's already spent.
Yeah, but just, I can't remember which one. One of them you can only use on certain stuff.
Right, yeah.
Well, the good news is we got 130,000 back from chips on the truck. So we need to put that back into a CD. And I can just do another CD of 130,000.
I'll make a motion authorizing Supervisor Emily Murray to put 130,000 into a one-year CD.
Roll call?
Who seconded, Carol? Flansburgh,
Aye.
Burns, Smith, Kiefer,
Aye.
Murray.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstain.
So we were going down 70A the other day, and I noticed the Big Creek Cemetery, the grass is very high. And then I spoke with Jeff about the work crew for the county, and they haven't been out doing anything. So we really need to.
Is that due to the COVID, or?
They don't expect him to be back on the bus for this year. I heard once, so.
So I don't know if we want to have a work party and do it ourselves, or hire maybe the guy that does.
Is there a Boy Scout or somebody that could, group or something that could get up for community service? Or is there a community service project for kids that need some, to do community service?
Then you gotta worry about insurance.
Probably Boy Scouts can't have a meeting because of the COVID.
Be nice, but yeah, we think that pass like that.
That's what screwed it up to begin with, is the COVID.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Should we contact the company that does the Fremont?
Get a
Center
price from them,
Cemetery?
sure.
And just have them do all of ours? What do you think, Dean? You're the cemetery guy.
I'm gonna stay out of that. All right. I know that the cemetery was looking for, I hear, for someone else to do the mowing. That's all I know.
For another year. For another year.
Over here.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
You have anybody over your way that's gonna be interested in that, or?
I doubt it very much. I've had a terrible time trying to find someone from our area to do the small one at Northland Lake Cemetery. The guy that was doing it didn't do it. He did it Memorial Day, and I drove up by there and I said, boy, that looks awfully high. And I drove, I said, well, he does that, and he'll pick it up and get it done. And I drove back up there 3 weeks later. You couldn't see the monuments. That's how high the grass was. So I went up and I chewed and I hollered and myself. But we finally got it done. I did find a young lady that wanted some work and for the summer, and they're doing it right now. So
Dansville hires somebody to do their cemeteries. And I'm not sure who it is.
Would this girl be interested in doing a little over here, Dan, or?
I can ask. That's all I can do.
I mean, the one over here, is it due to the insurance or some other reason?
This guy over